Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about why the Golden State Warriors will sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers in this year's NBA Finals. First off, Harrison Barnes is gone and has been replaced with Kevin Durant. Barnes last year in the finals just shot 14% in potential series clinching games. He shot just 2 of 14 in game 5, 0 of 8 in game 6, and 3 for 10 in game 7. In clinching games this postseason, Durant has converted 21 of 34 of his attempts from the field, good enough for 61%. This season, he's also shot over 55% from the field, good enough for a career high. This will greatly sway the Warriors' offensive advantage towards their favor, and when you combine that with what Steph and Clay produce every night, it just makes their starting five almost impossible to guard. The Warriors also have the edge inside. Zaza Pachulia and JaVale McGee are both bigger than anybody the Cavaliers are going to trot out defensively. 6'9" Tristan Thompson is generally the Cavaliers' anchor defensively on the interior, and Pachulia at 6'11" and McGee at 7 foot are both going to be able to tower over Thompson. The Cavaliers do have 7'3" Eddie Tavares on their roster, but he has only seen the court twice this season for a total of 14 minutes. JaVale McGee could easily steal a game for the Warriors, kind of how Moskov last year really helped the Cavaliers inside. McGee is a player that really plays with a big chip on his shoulder, and you see whenever the Warriors play the Nuggets or the Wizards, you see McGee step up his game a little bit. I expect to see the same thing from him after the comments from that Cleveland player, from the anonymous Cleveland player, saying that McGee was not, quote, smart enough to play in the NBA Finals. Look for McGee to have a big game one against Cleveland coming off the bench in the second and third quarter. Draymond Green is also going to be on the court for the Warriors hopefully for them, the entire series. Last year, Green's suspension really changed the momentum of the finals. The Warriors arguably could have won the series if Green was not suspended. This season, Green has picked up less technical fouls and been able to control his emotions a little bit more. That's not to say that he has his emotions entirely in check, but in check enough to not pick up all those extra technical fouls to leave him at risk of being suspended for a game in the NBA Finals. Lastly, Cleveland's defensive problems cannot be covered up against a team like the Warriors. Against teams like the Pacers and the Raptors and the Celtics, they might be able to get away with some lapses in defensive coverage, but when you have 4 or 5 guys on the court at a time that are going to be able to knock down shots and get to the rim at will, you have to be able to body them up defensively, and that's something that Cleveland just can't do to keep pace with the Warriors. Look for the Warriors to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers this year using the emotion and pain of last year's defeat in the finals and leaning heavily on Kevin Durant and their interior defense to take the series.